Sometimes, a film doesn't ease you from one moment into the next. It doesn't transition. It cuts, suddenly, from noise to silence, from stillness to chaos. And in that instant, something changes, not just where we are, but how the moment feels. So what is happening in those cuts? And why do they feel so powerful, even when they only last a fraction of a second? This is Beneath the Frame, where we take a closer look at how film creates deeper meaning. So let's slow this down for a second. One of the ways films create impact is through something called a smash cut. At its simplest, a smash cut is a sudden transition between two moments that feel very different from each other. It might be loud and then silent, calm, but then chaotic. What makes a smash cut interesting isn't just the change itself, it's the contrast. Because when two moments collide like that, it doesn't just move us forward in time. It creates meaning in the space between them. Sometimes that contrast can feel intense or disorienting. Sometimes it can be surprising or even funny. And other times, it can reveal something deeper about what a character is experiencing. So instead of asking, what is a smash cut? We might start asking, what is it doing here? One way to see how this works is in 2001: A Space Odyssey. In this moment, a group of early humans encounter the monolith, something they don't understand, but seem drawn to. The scene builds slowly. The music swells. The movement becomes more intense, almost ritualistic. And it starts to feel like something important is happening, even if we can't fully explain what that is. And then we cut from that intensity to stillness. The sound disappears. The energy drops, and we're left with something much quieter. What's interesting is that the moment doesn't feel resolved. It feels like something has changed, even if we don't know exactly what. We return to a world that looks almost the same. Still, grounded, unchanged on the surface. But the contrast makes it feel different, because now we're aware that something has happened, something the film isn't fully explaining. And one way to think about that is that the cut separates experience from understanding. The moment carries weight, but we're left to sit with it without clear answers. But smash cuts don't always feel heavy or difficult to interpret. Sometimes they're just fun. In the trailer for Suicide Squad, there's a moment where everything is building. Fast cuts, loud sound, constant movement. It's intense, almost overwhelming. And then we cut from all of that energy to silence. We see Captain Boomerang casually opening a can of beer, and the moment just hangs there. After everything we just experienced, the stillness feels unexpected, even a little funny. And then we cut again, back into chaos, back into sound, back into movement. And what makes this work isn't just the contrast, it's the timing. The silence lasts just long enough for us to feel the shift before it's taken away. And in that space, the cut creates something different. Not mystery, but tone. It gives the moment personality. It gives it rhythm. It makes it memorable. And sometimes a smash cut doesn't just change the moment. It changes how we experience it. In Spider-Man 2, Peter Parker is sitting with Mary Jane in a quiet, intimate moment. They're talking. There's a sense of calm, of connection. And then, everything is interrupted. A car crashes through the window. The sound is explosive. The moment, chaotic. But then, something strange happens. We begin to move between two very different experiences of the same moment. On one side, impact, noise, danger. And on the other, stillness. Peter catches Mary Jane, and everything slows down. The sound drops away. The movement becomes controlled, almost calm. And as the film moves between these moments, loud and quiet, chaotic and still, it starts to feel like we're seeing two versions of the same event. One from the outside and one from within. And one way to read this is that what feels overwhelming to us might not feel that way to him, because in this moment, he knows what to do. He is in control, and maybe, somehow even at peace. There's clarity, and within all of that movement, something else is happening too. He's holding her. He's saving her. And for a moment, everything else falls away. So the cut isn't just creating contrast, it's revealing perspective. Not just what the moment looks like, but what it might feel like to Spider-Man to be inside it. So what is a smash cut supposed to mean? Sometimes it's used to create contrast between sound and silence, movement and stillness. Sometimes it's used for impact, to surprise us, or to shift the tone of a moment. And other times it can reveal something deeper about how a character is experiencing the world. But the more you look at it, the harder it becomes to say that it means just one thing. Because it doesn't. The same technique can feel completely different depending on how it's used. It might create mystery. It might create humor. It might create clarity. Or something we don't have a word for yet. And that's the part of what makes film so interesting. These techniques don't carry meaning on their own. They create the conditions for meaning. So instead of asking, what does this technique mean? We might start asking, what is it doing here? Why this moment? Why this contrast? Because sometimes meaning isn't something a film tells us directly. It's something we begin to notice when we slow down long enough to look and to feel the space between the moments, to sit with the transition instead of moving past it, to notice what carries across the cut, even when everything else changes, and to ask what might be happening beneath the frame.